Okay, here we have Dax. We're going to show you some of his training commands and how to do this with him once he goes to your home.
Okay, so first we're gonna, whenever we give him a command, we want to make sure that he's looking at us and paying attention. You don't want to say a command to the back of his head because he's just not paying attention. Good boy. Ready? Ready, Dax? Sit. Good boy.
And so the signal for sit is just a palm up. Think of it like you got a little string and you're attached to their nose
It
and
helps to kind of see how he's looking at my hand right now, and then he sees the motion going up.
That's correct.
And then that's the sit. Good boy. Good boy. And then down is just going to be pointing to the ground. And again, it's the motion. So it's down. Yes. Good boy. And we say yes as kind of like a marker word for when he does the right thing. We say yes. And then we give him a treat.
What that helps do is every time you say yes and then you give him a treat, it starts helping him associate that word yes is just like getting a treat. He knows a treat's coming, so he feels like he's been rewarded, and it helps to really lock in. We want to say that word yes as soon as he does the right thing. Say it excitedly and say it, in a way that helps him understand. Try to say it the same way every time as well. Really helps, solidify it in a dog's mind.
And then when we do stay, it's going to be like a stop sign. So stay. And then you can reward him. Good. Stay. Good. Stay. Good boy. Good boy. Okay. And then his release word is okay. And I say that with kind of some excitement and some energy to let him know he can then move. Good boy. Stay. So I've rewarded him for doing the right thing, but I haven't released him yet. He's still in a stay. So I give him my hand stop sign to kind of remind him he's in a stay. Good. Stay. And when he's done chewing his treat, then I'll release him with an okay. Good boy. Yeah. Okay. Good boy. Yeah. If he were to break this stay, you would just say and put him back in it. So you would put him back in a sit or put him back in a down and then do it again. You would do the stay again.
And of course, with added distractions and a different environment, especially first day or two, don't expect it to be super easy for him to, he's got to settle in and feel comfortable in the space. And he feels very comfortable right here, but he'll feel comfortable very quickly in a new space as well. So you got to be patient, especially at first. But you can practice this indoors, practice it in a quiet spot in the park or wherever, and then it'll become more and more reliable for you in any environment.
Mm-hmm. All right, and then we'll do the place command, and we say the word place, and it's also a hand motion of pointing to the place. So we'll get his attention. You ready? Good boy. Place. Yes. Good boy. Good place.
So the place can be anything. We like using these little cots or little beds because it helps them, be really solidified as to what they're on. Where you can use a mat, you can use a towel, you can use anything. A bed is helpful, but when we use these elevated platforms, what it does is they're either on it or they're off it. There's really no kind of halfway in between. If they're hanging off the side and putting their paws in the ground, we're going to, correct them, and it helps them understand what's going on. So you notice there that he was just kind of challenging the edge, and so Catherine gave him a little, basically a visual cue that says, "I get back in there, put it back in place, give him a reward."
Yeah,
Helps him really understand what's going on.
Lock him with your body.
Yep. He's really good at this. I mean, you got to practice in small bursts. So start with 5-10 seconds, give him a reward, call him off, go relax for a minute, try it again, maybe do 20 seconds, and then release him. And then you can build up to 30 seconds, and then a minute. And then in a short amount of time with practice, he can hold this for 10, 20, even 30 minutes is not unusual. Let's see how he does here. He started to challenge it, but she just stepped into the space a little bit. That was all the reminder he needed. Oh, this is good.
Yes. Nice.
Here we go.
So I put him back in a place, and I said yes because he did the right thing, but I didn't give him a treat. So I only want to give him a treat, I want to be careful I'm not rewarding him for jumping off and jumping back on. I'm just rewarding him for staying on there. Good place.
He's doing pretty good.
Good place. Good boy. Good boy. Okay.
There we go. So the release word helps him understand, okay, now it's okay to get off.
And he walks really nicely on your left side. And the idea is that you want to have the leash, slack. You don't want to have him pulling a lot. You kind of want to reward him. We will randomly reward him as we're walking for being on the right side and not pulling. Good boy, this way. Good boy. Yes, good boy. And it says someone's following us. Good boy. Good boy.
And he's not much of a puller. He has not developed that habit at all anyway. And he's not exactly super strong.
This way.
And he does really nicely next to you.
Leave it. So we just found something kind of yucky on the road, so I just say leave it and keep walking. Leave it. Let's go. Let's go. Yes, good boy. Good boy. Yes, good boy. Ready, Dax? Ready? Dax. Dax. Sit.
You'll notice there was no command given until he actually looked at her.
Good boy. Good boy. Okay.
A lot of these commands, it's to help the dogs be well mannered and under control. Whenever we go to a new place or whether we go through a door, in and out of a place, in and out of your apartment, these are all skills that help keep the dog well behaved. So it's very common and normal and useful to put a dog in a sit and then put their leash and collar on. Put a dog in a sit, open the door, tell them to wait, step through the door, and then invite them back into the space wherever you're going to. When you open a kennel door, tell them to wait. Put him in a sit, even inside the kennel. These are all things to help the dog know that he has a task to be doing at that moment, and it's not just his own program barging around doing whatever he wants to do.
Sit. Yes. Down. Yes.
Very good.
Good boy.
It's a really nice little gentle dog.
He is. He's a really fun pup. He's got good manners, and he's been a lot of fun to train. Yeah. Good boy. Good boy.
He's doing really well. So some of the key things to know that when he goes to his new home, the first few days especially, to help with the housebreaking process, is we tell people there's only 3 scenarios that this dog should be in. They should either be in the kennel, or outside to go potty, or on a leash in the house. He's doing a little dance like he's got to go potty. But those 3 scenarios are it. No freedom in the house. And the whole point of that is we don't want to give him an opportunity to have an accident. If he's going potty. So when a dog's going potty, they're outside, you throw a little party for him. Yay, good job. And as soon as he's done, we'll pet him and say, yay, good job. This helps him associate, tails wagging here, helps him know that, this is a good place to go potty.
Good place to go potty.
Yeah,
Yep.
so the first, few days, especially in a city environment where there might only be concrete available, you might have to take them for quite a few walks before they, let it go. They're going to feel like, I don't want to go potty here. But the worst thing you can do is bring them back inside after a long walk where they don't go potty and say, maybe they don't have to go, and then let them walk around the apartment or your house free reign. If you do that, they're going to feel more at ease. They're going to find a carpet, a rug, something, and they're going to have an accident. So the key is, first few days in the kennel or outside or on a leash in your home, tethering them to you. That way, if they are going to have an accident, if they're sniffing, you can scoop them up, startle them, get them outside as fast as you can. And then once they've successfully gone potty outside, maybe, a dozen times or so, without having an accident inside, now you can start giving them more freedom. That might only take a few days to, really start giving them a bit more freedom, incrementally. Just a little bit here, keep an eye on them. They don't have a leash on in the house. You're letting them wander, but don't let them wander out of sight. And then after maybe a week or two, now you'll have a good routine going. If you have a good routine going, then they've earned a bit more freedom. You can probably go take a shower, step aside for, 5-10 minutes, and feel pretty confident that they're going to handle it very well. But there's really nothing wrong with putting them in the kennel, in the crate, whenever you can't watch them. They're going to do fine. They're accustomed to that, and, they're used to going in and out of the kennel, and that's part of the training here. The other thing to know is, I don't think Dax is very vocal, but new place. Things are always different. Not uncommon to, get a little barky and whiny in the crate. He's been great here with us, sleeping overnight in the kennel, no problems. But new place, he's probably going to bark. The key is put him away. Don't let him out just because he's barking. You really just got to let him kind of work through it, and then he's going to be doing very well very soon.
And then to get him into the kennel, we say, Dix, ready? Kennel. And toss a treat out, and he goes in. And we close the door. And then when you're ready to get him out of the kennel, we like to use the wait command. So we say, when he's looking, good boy. Wait.
Good.
Okay, good boy. Yeah, good boy. So those are some kennel manners he knows.
He does really well. I think he's gonna be a real champ. No real issues. I think he's gonna be pretty easy to integrate into a new home. But the key is be a little patient, especially the first few days. When you put him in that kennel, if he barks and whines, you just gotta ignore it. Let him get through it. It'll go a lot faster, the whole process, if you just, close the door and ignore him for a bit.